We at WOCA recognize the importance of voting. That's why we're offering all the candidates an opportunity to come on the air and explain why they feel you should cast your valuable vote for them. On Friday, August 27th, Manal Fakori and Kent Gwynn, two candidates for mayor of Ocala, will be in studio. This information is brought to you by WOCA The Source and hopes that you will vote and that this will help in making your decision come September 21st.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talk. We wrap up hour number 2. You know, you've heard the advertising all week. You're going to learn about great divorce. I've never heard what Tricia Scimone on the program. She's going to help us out. Tricia, good morning to you.
Good morning, Tom. How are you?
Wonderful, but a little confused, little flummoxed because gray divorce. I've heard of divorce, but I've never heard of gray divorce. What exactly is gray divorce?
Okay, Tom. Well, let me tell you. Gray divorce was coined by AARP some years back. Grays are couples divorcing after the age of 50. I hadn't really heard the term either until I started doing some research before I divorced a few years earlier. But today, I am proud to say that I am one of the gray divorcees.
Okay, so now I understand it has to do with just like as you get older and you divorce after a certain number of years, a certain age. I get that. So is there a revolution that is taking place? I mean, is gray divorce something that is happening a lot?
Yes, actually it is, and that's why I wrote the book. I'll explain a little bit about it. The book has 3 sections. The first is titled The Naked Truth About 6 Stories of Living, Loving, and Lies. My story jumpstarts the book. It's a riveting look into the real stories of 6 of us. All have gone through divorce after the age of 50, and actually 1 in 4 divorces in the U.S. were gray couples. And over those, they had over 20 years of marriage after divorcing. And what's also interesting is that 66% were females initiating the divorce. Gloria Steinem, well, she'd be proud of us. And then the second is titled Divorce, Relationships, and Love. In this area, it touches on regrets. It gives you a glimpse into a cheater's mind, and it teaches some lessons of love and happiness. And the final section is titled The Naked Truth About Starting Over and Creating Your Best Life. Here's some straight talk on what to look for in a date, dating sites, apps. We talk about inner peace, and I even touch a little bit on ageism.
So let's dive a little deeper into this because as I was perusing it, I saw one chapter called What Women Want in a Man. Well, I'm a man. Most of my audience is predominantly male. So give us the lowdown. What can you share with us about what we can do as men to make sure we're offering what women want?
Okay, well, I'll give you a couple of tips. First and foremost, we love when a man smiles. Not every woman will say this, but for me, personally, I melt when a man smiles at me. Since my love language is quality time, great listening skills are an absolute must. And by the way, if you've never read The 5 Love Languages, pick it up when you're purchasing my book. Both are quick reads, and many women have already figured theirs out. Now they're hoping to figure you out. And of course, your physical features, they play a part. You need to keep your hair, your nails, your teeth, your weight, your dress code looking your very best at all times. And another important aspect of a man in a woman's eyes is his sense of humor. Women love when a man can poke fun at himself. It's the class clown humor women really go for. But be careful, it could reveal something about you. Most men with this type of humor are typically able to trust and form close bonds, although they could be anxious and even depressed. These men may crave approval and validation, but with all that said, women still love this type of humor.
I just at 55 just got married actually. Instead of divorced.
Wow.
I've been through
Good
divorce
for
twice. I
you.
just got married at 55. It was a month on the 23rd of this month was 1 month. So your book,
Congratulations.
your book talks about that it's no other book on divorce. What makes your book so different from the many books out there that try to explain divorce?
And there are many books out there, but most of the books on the market, they cover specific subjects like finance or the laws governing a divorce, but none cover as many as the subjects as I've heard both men and women asking about while I was in divorce classes. It's a book that will make you laugh. I've placed some very creative first date suggestions, and it may make you cry once you view your own regrets. It does bring out the positives of divorce, and yes, there are many. One of them being that you can recreate yourself to the fearless person that you want to be. But check out the book for the many more. This book is not a blame game. It shows that you're not alone. It's about middle America, but it could be anywhere in the world. It asks that you, the reader, learn a myriad of skills to help you move in a forward direction. There's no secrets here or silly promises. It's hard work. I view it as a great resource guide, a love story, a story of hopes and dreams. Though the stories are just a fraction of the book, I liken it to watching one of those feel-good movies. You know the kind, right?
I do. Now, you start the book, as you said, giving everybody the information of your divorce plus 5 other people. Did you learn any thing about yourself while you were writing this book through the process of divorce? Did you learn anything about you, Tricia?
Tom, I could have written volumes about what I've learned about me. But some of the takeaways were that I've made some very beautiful mistakes, as I believe we all have. I've learned, like others, that I was sleepwalking through my marriage, and that was really very unlike myself. I've learned the importance of living in the moment, the right here, the right now. Honestly, that's all we have. I've learned that being a strong-willed female isn't always the best attribute, that a man really wants to be your hero. And unfortunately, some of the times we don't allow him to. So we need to show the softer side of who we are. But I think that the most I've learned is that there are so many of us out there that haven't learned to love, and they don't know what is love. And so once you know this, love is much more intense, much more beautiful, so much more like the kind of love we all imagine it to be.
Well, let's talk for a minute then about Ocala and the singles here in Ocala. Because if people are inspired by the conversation we've had, they're going to go out and buy the book. Where can they find the book here?
We'll talk about the Ocala people just for a moment. Ocala is one of a half a dozen cities in Florida that's noticed to be the hotspot for senior singles. In addition to having culture, you also have some beautiful parks there, and it seems that 1.9% of your senior population are out on many online dating sites. That's according to Provision Living. And now that we know what you're doing in front of the computer, you're swiping left and right. And I wish everybody good luck, and I hope you find what you're looking for. And you can find my book at the moment on Kobo, KOBO.com. It will also be on Barnes & Noble website and the Amazon website, but I don't believe I'll be up until sometime next week or the week after. But if you're searching for me, you can search for The Gray Divorce Revolution, or my first and last name, Tricia, Tricia, Scimone, Scimone.
Tricia,
Either way,
yep.
they'll bring it up.
Tricia, thanks so much for joining us today and shedding some light on a term that I wasn't familiar with, but I am now. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Tom. Have a great day.
We'll be right back after this timeout on WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is